You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Shine. Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. Lights are shining bright. My friends are in the club, we'll go all night. I see you in the back, the mood is right. If I just had your number, I would let you know how I feel. You walk up to me, start dancing to the music and the chase. Like this was meant to be. Take my hand, I feel my heart beat, and I don't want this moment to stop. Time to go home. Don't want this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make a scene. this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see. It's all about us. It's all about us. It's all about us. We're dancing close together, making out. It's all about us. It's all about us. There's a magic in your eyes, can't get enough. I can't get enough. Oh, it's all about us. It's all about us. It's all about us. It's all about us. Time to go home. Don't want this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see. It's all about us. It's all about us. We're dancing close together, making out. It's all about us. It's all about us. There's a magic in your eyes, can't get enough. Can't get enough.
Hi!
Hi. Hi, everyone.
I'm on holidays.
Why is that not focused? You are on holidays, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
There we go. Now it's focused. Up here with the googly eyes.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Who have we got? Yay! People are saying hi to you.
Yay.
Hey, that's Bess. Hi, Bess. Hi to everyone. Oh, look. We've got Holly and Laurie and Michelle. Oh, put that down. That's Daddy's phone. You'll get in trouble for using Daddy's phone. Hey, Dee and Sami. Hey, my gosh, we've got a lot of people in here today. And thank you, everybody, for your thumbs up. You're going to tell everybody to like, subscribe, or not. She's way better at this than I am. Go
Like
on.
and sub to us because I'm adorable.
What she said. We're going to say hello to everybody. Do you want to help me?
Okay.
So, who's the first one?
What do you mean? Hi,
So-
Sylvie.
Yep, and?
Hi, Sherry. Hi, Mommy Kate Plans. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Dee. Hi, Mary. Hi, Plan with Mrs. Hi.
She's a teacher. You're doing really well, by the way.
Hi, Katie. Hi,
Cindy?
Cindy.
Yep,
Hi,
good
Katie.
job.
Hi,
Candy. You might have to speak up a
Candy.
touch.
Hi, Holly. Hi, Holly.
Yeah, that's right. She got excited. She's like, I know you.
Hi, Katie. Hi, Katie. Hi, playing with me.
this is
Hi,
a good
Katie
point.
Again.
We'll come
Hi,
back to that.
Candy. Hi, Lori.
Yep, hi, Laurie. Hi. There's another Candy. Oh, you've already said Candy. Oh, you're just reading them all out. Yeah, don't forget to like.
We'll keep that one up the entire thing.
What? Oh, yeah,
like.
keep it up for the entire thing. Well, we want to show what other people are asking too. So
I got a pretty shirt
you do. Where did you get your shirt from?
from my grandparents
Yeah, because they're what at the moment traveling
around Australia for
Yep.
like 50 million years.
for 50 million years. Why is this not focusing today?
I don't know.
I think
Maybe
it's because
I'll
there's two of
focus
us.
on the
It's
other.
focus. Oh, I know. It's focusing in the middle. That is not going to work for today. So once Michael pops in, I'll have to share it. It's focusing in the middle. Here we go. Ready. Stay there. Stay there. Up. If you haven't already noticed, it is school holidays here for Indy anyway. Lockie starts next week.
I
So
get early school holidays.
you get an extra week, don't you? You got 3 weeks of school holidays, so we'll probably see Indy in the next couple. And Indy, I just want to say how wonderful and kind you are, because Mummy's been a little bit stressed, and she said, Mummy, I want you to have. You don't know how to do it. I might have to do it.
A tango.
My favourite fidget at the moment to help you calm down.
It is out of focus, right?
It is. I need you to sit down because I know where the setting is, kind of, to fix it. So I'll let Michael come in and sit. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Yes, you are adorable. You're getting a lot of adorable comments, Ninny.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want her self-confidence. It is just
It's the self-confidence you get when you're 10 and you're adorable.
Do you
Yeah.
like my crown?
Yes, that is right. You do have a crown.
Lovely. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, so why don't you, while I'm trying to work out the camera fix, you can chat about because they're asking about the Coastal Escape stuff.
Gotcha.
So how about I swap?
Can do.
Do you want Indy as your assistant?
Sure.
I have a tangle in my head right now. I know those feelings.
Yay!
Okay.
Oh.
Wait, I'll be back.
Oh, okay. Bye, Andy.
I'll be back. I said
just
I'll
got
be back.
Sammy just zapped the camera equipment. I'm sitting in Sam's chair, so I'm not normally this tall. So, very quick update for people on Sunflowers, Coastal Escape extras, and all of that stuff. So, there was a production delay on the Coastal Escape pencil case, which we did speak about last week. All good because we were able to use the sample to get it just so. That's
India,
not
we're
very...
not eating on camera. We don't eat on camera.
So the Coastal Escape
You're
pencil
hungry,
case has delayed the shipment just slightly. The expected date for those is they're supposed to get to us on the 25th. There is a public holiday at the warehouse where they shipped from, so I'm expecting to be able to ship those out on the 28th, assuming everything goes according to plan. So the supplier that gives us the pencil case also supplies the washi and the washi stand. So if your order doesn't have the pencil case but has one of those other elements in it, they've all been delayed as a result. Right now, I've got the Melody dividers, and I think the A5 notebook is on its way to us. So if your order's just got those things in it, which I don't think many do, then it'll go as soon as they get there. I think it's in focus now, Sam.
Yeah, I think I fixed it.
So that's Coastal Escape
Okay,
extras.
Indy, I'm going to have to boop you out. So
See ya.
Say bye to everyone.
Bye, everyone.
She'll pop in next week, I'm sure.
Also, the weather is good.
The weather is good.
weather
It's
is
a bit
good.
chilly.
No, it's not. It's not chilly.
Not as chilly as Sydney. Yvonne was
Yeah.
from Sydney.
Can I swap so I can have my tall chair?
Yeah.
Because I'm a shorty.
Seamless. Here you go, Indy.
Seamless, that's it. Oh,
Oh, okay.
glad I wasn't wearing my PJ pants today. Thank you, sweetheart.
So that's...
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Indy.
Yeah. And, yeah.
So that's the Coastal Escape extras situation. Sunflowers and Sunshine 2, there was a delay on getting the right gems for the pen to make that look just perfect.
Yep.
So that one also will get to us on the 25th. So the 28th, our warehouse are going to be mighty busy shipping everything out. So that's
Yes.
that's it from a logistics point
It's
of view.
going to be crazy.
Yeah.
From a non-logistics point of view and just a worldwide point of view, it's Father's Day tomorrow in the US. Today in the US? Tomorrow? I got told by somebody it's Father's Day in the US.
It is Father's Day in the US.
So happy Father's Day to any dads watching, or / nudge your other half and say happy Father's Day if you've forgotten, like me, because I always forget. And also recognising Juneteenth, which is tomorrow in the US. So we wanted to recognise that too.
Hidden gems shipments.
Yes.
Bianca's asking about hidden gems shipments.
Ooh, oh my gosh. Yeah,
did
let's
think-
go into this because this is huge. I have barely seen Michael this week because he has been in our
Busy
garage packing all the things and dealing with Australia Post and remembering all the logistical crap that we had to go through on our very first kit because we don't have accounts from here anymore. And so it has been a dumpster fire a little bit, but nothing you can't handle.
Nothing we can't handle. So,
Yeah.
Coastal Escape, not Coastal Escape, the Hidden Gems sales. So I have actually packed yours already, Bianca.
Here we go.
It's been packed. It just is waiting on a shipping label. And I'm waiting on shipping labels because if I go to the counter at Australia Post to send...
Oh, didn't realise it's all a mess up there.
Nobody can see that. It's fine.
Yeah, good.
So if I send this size box to the US by Australia Post over the counter, that will cost me 36 Australian dollars. If I send this size box, which a lot of them are in, that one costs 58
No, I
Australian
thought it was
dollars.
68. Oh no, somewhere around there. It's
I'm sure it's 58.
a lot.
Anyway, that's expensive.
And obviously we haven't charged that much. So, like, all of a sudden this went from, you know, we can pay some bills
Anyway,
to crap.
there are a couple of orders. Anyway, so I am doing what I can to get my accounts back.
Yeah. And what that means is you've had to stagger so that it pushes us up in the discounted band. So we have to pay a lot for a few and then it sort of gradually gets less. So they are coming. It's just, it's a bit of a logistical.
Even to New Zealand, Karen, postage is just nuts. So it reminds us why we don't send out of Australia.
We wouldn't have a business
any longer.
Yeah. We wouldn't have a business if we
Yes,
shipped out of
Indiana.
Australia.
Oh, hi. She's in the kitchen eating all of the food that I said she's got to use to sustain herself for the next 3 hours. Anyway.
Yes.
So the shipping is happening. They're mostly packed, which is great news. There might be a few of the newer ones that I haven't yet packed because they came earlier.
Yeah.
I'm keen to get them all out as quickly as possible because I want to see how you all use those past goodies. I think they're...
And also while people are excited about it, what do they charge domestically?
Domestically. So domestically, it's not quite as good as you would expect because they charge on a volumetric basis.
Yeah. And
so,
we have no. Volumetric. Yeah. Okay.
If I'm shipping in some of the orders, I've been able to package into not zip. What are they called? Bubble mailers, and with some cardboard to protect the items inside. Some of them I haven't been able to. If I have to ship this size box, they treat that as 1.5 kilos.
Yeah.
If I have to ship the bigger box, they treat that as 3 kilos, which is, I think 3 kilos, it's not too bad. It's like $26. And 1.5 kilos is
Which is still like way more than we expected, you know, because our website charges...
Well, our website charges $18.
$18. And so we're like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, we'll get there. I have... Stacey, I've seen your maybe I haven't seen your emails, but I did pack your order as well, and I did remember what we discussed.
There you go.
I don't want to elaborate.
It's hard because we're talking code because we don't want to discuss people's specific order requirements on a live because this is a public forum. So you know, we're very respectful of that too. Yeah.
And I am conscious of the fact that because I have been, so there were just over 200 orders through the.
This is very frustrating. It's center focusing still.
Okay.
Sorry.
Where do I have to sit?
Here, smush him with me.
All right.
No, I think if we sit back like
so
this,
there were just over 200 orders, and the average number of items per order was, I think, 20 items.
Yeah. And thank you.
So thank you so much. It's been really wonderful. And I'm doing my best to take my time to pack everything because when we were packing these kind of orders previously, usually I could fix an error with...
Just resending
an
item.
Or resending it with the next subscription kit. This I don't have the opportunity, so I'm taking...
Well, not just that,
time.
but it's the last of things. So, you know, we want to make sure that people actually get...
Yeah.
Instead of getting the wrong
right.
item.
It is a lot of orders, and there's been some huge orders. I packed one last night that had 117 items.
I thought you were going to show that. Is that here?
It's still here.
Yeah, we should show that. That was pretty cool.
So there's it was a really well supported event.
Yeah,
and
thank you so much.
We're really happy for that. It's taking a little bit of time to get right and get out. I'm not the team of wonderful picking and packing experts in our third party warehouse up in China. So I can't move that quickly. But it has meant as well that I've been a little bit slower on the customer service this last probably 10 days really. So if you are waiting, don't worry. It'll be attended to, and you'll get the usual wonderful experience. If slow, I apologise for that.
Yeah.
Yes, 117 items is better than Christmas.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah, it's
And
huge, and they're all individual, small bits and pieces. I mean, there's some like paper. Like there's so much in that order that you've just got to like be so careful with it and make sure, you know, that you've got the right stuff as well as, you know.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
And I was inspired. I don't want to talk about any one person in specific, but there were a couple of people who I think had ordered in a very inspired way.
Yes.
They'd managed to grab a couple of the Serenity dust covers, and they paired it with I'm using my autumn one, but they paired it with their Serenity A5 notebooks. I thought that was a fabulous idea.
It is, because now they've got like a really nice dust jacket for their book. Sorry, I was just trying to find something on while you were chatting. So keep chatting.
Hell, I did just open up the customer service list to see what I hadn't dealt with over the weekend while I've been packing, or over the last week while I've been packing. And I did see your question at the top of my queue. So we'll get to that at the conclusion of the live.
Is that this one here?
It is.
Okay, so Michael will fix that up as well. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you using your Packed by Michael stickers? I guess not.
No, I am. I'm putting them on the outside of the box. What? Sorry.
No, it's not you. It's the camera. It's
focusing on my bald head.
The other night when I did the video, because I was in the middle and it was dark and I wanted the ambiance to look nice, so I changed some of my camera settings. And because you haven't been in the lives for a little while, I changed it, and it's it's defocusing. So I do apologize if this is out of focus. Yeah.
Coastal kits to Canada. So there were some orders that snuck through. The warehouse rejected them or not the warehouse, but the courier that rejected them for pen reasons. I unfortunately selected the same courier the second time.
Oh no!
Without telling me. Then Next Smart Ship told me not to use that particular one. So that was kind of the dealio there. They should have gone out last week. I'll double check those shipping details.
Yeah. And we all know that you do a great job with it all, and that we're it's just a matter of it's been a little bit more awkward than we anticipated.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
People are after a shipped by Sami sticker. A packed by Sami sticker.
I don't know if that still exists somewhere.
I'll see if there's any left. There was a pile of packed by Michaels that might be stuck in there.
That might be in there. Sorry, I was just trying to open up my notes. I'm so organised at the moment. We had to drop off our car this morning because we've got a huge crack in the windscreen, and I haven't even said hello to the babies this morning.
We have baby guppies. We bought some
guppies. We have at
guppies
least 26 of
for
them.
Lachlan's fish tank, and one of them was a girl, and she was pregnant. So now there's lots of babies.
Lots and lots of baby guppies. And they're so tiny.
Makes you very philosophical having baby fish. Like, you think about whether you really value life or not. And the fact that we've decided to nourish these things, I guess, means that we do value life.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the hi to Auntie Alex. Will there be any coastal sticker books available to purchase?
Yes, there will. I just need to make sure that the orders get off to the people in Canada who haven't yet received them first.
Yeah.
And then I'll be able to put them up and go live.
Yeah. We call my 25-year-old brother. Yeah, we're trying to get this focusing right. Guppy. Lockie's our little bubble guppy. We all, we love bubble guppies here. We're such a big bubble guppy family.
Our plan is we're going to separate the females from the males. At the moment, they're too small to work out which ones are the males.
Yeah, I think you need to, it's at a month. We've been trying to watch some videos to understand, sorry, I got zapped again, understand how this all works. So, and by that I mean the
fish stuff. Anyway.
The fish stuff.
You're not here to talk about fish stuff.
No.
It is fun though. Right, so while Sam is fixing that, any other sort of back office admin things that I can talk about?
Before we jump on to the next.
One thing I did want to talk about very briefly is if you've missed the Beautiful You emails, it means either you haven't ticked accepts marketing from Planners Anonymous, or you've marked something as spam from somebody else. We use a software called Klaviyo, and I'm pretty sure Klaviyo doesn't send it to people who have marked stuff as spam in the past. Or it may be in your junk or spam email folder. The post, though, that I made in the Facebook group with the link to the Google Drive contains essentially the same information. But we're really excited to relaunch the Beautiful You concept. One of the things that Sami talked about in Beautiful. It was one of the reasons that the Beautiful You Rather is so important to us, is that representation and being able to see yourself in your planner, we think, is really critical. And that's why we offer that as something free for everybody. And I know that the Coastal Escape release is just the first of many for you.
I think I fixed it.
Sam thinks she's fixed it. Now, Helena's asked a question, which is, did I see your email about adding products on? I will have a look at that.
Okay, if I haven't fixed it, still sit back. But yeah, if I haven't fixed it, I apologise. We're just gonna have to deal with it now because that's the only place I know where to fix the camera. Cool.
Yeah.
Yes, there will be. I'm not sure if you just did that because I was like.
Yes. So the Coastal Escape release. So we had minimum order quantities that we had to hit for all of those items.
Yeah.
The Coastal Escape release, we did not achieve any of our minimum orders in terms of order quantities in terms of what was actually sold. So there will be some left over. That release actually was close to not happening because we were very close to not even breaking even on the order quantities that came through. So when we do these kind of pre-orders, we've got a number in our head that we want to achieve, a number that we have to achieve in order to just pay for the stock that we need to order from minimum order quantity perspective. The Coastal Escape release just scraped over the line. So there will be extras available for sale. Once they're in the warehouse.
Once they're here, sorry.
They're still up on the website now as with pre-order on them.
Yeah, so you can buy them now. Yep.
Yeah, so that there will be extras. I don't know. Yeah, we just basically ordered the minimum that we could on that release.
We did
to get those really awesome items.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess that is that. Let's jump on to our next topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a bit of a hot topic, I guess. Where's the overlay? Hold on. I've chucked up an overlay and now I can't find it.
I don't know. You and your fancy things.
That went... So I know why. Hold on. It's done this. There we go. Nope. This one. Hey, and we're back. Okay, so the next thing is we made an announcement the other day. And... we said that we were inviting some questions and on that announcement. So for anybody who missed it, I wish I could say, here's the link, but I can't quite do that. But if you go to our YouTube our YouTube page, on the videos, it will show us the first video there. Yeah. And hi, Tracy. Basically, the announcement was that we have a new artist called Paige. We're going to go through some of the questions that came in about that right now. And we're doing this because we want to be transparent, as much as we can. There are things we won't share because there are things that are trade secrets. Yeah. But we're pulling back the curtain and we're voluntarily leaving ourselves exceptionally vulnerable right now. Because this is it's an opinion heavy topic. Yeah. And opinions are like armpits. Everyone's got two. So we need to be respectful of the fact that we are being very transparent and honest. Yeah. And we're also coming off 2 exceptionally hard years for us. We've had a lot of mental health struggles, which we've been very open about. So we're asking if people could be quite respectful towards us because we are in a very are in a very vulnerable place here with this. But we're also we are also very transparent on multiple topics with our business. We've been very open. So we wanted to do the same in this instance. Yeah. So I guess the way we wanted to have the discussion, we noticed that there've been a few questions in the group and on the video and those kind of things. So we wanted to give, I guess, a good answer to those questions without revealing the secret sauce. Karen likes that one. Her penis are like armpit. Never heard that one. I'm going to use it in the future. And yeah, this is, because the other thing is with the questions, we've got the questions that people have asked. So we've got those, as you can see, I've already loaded them in. If there's any other questions today, we'll collate those to bring up next week.
You can't see that they've loaded them in because you've got a question.
Yeah, it'll pop down.
Okay.
It'll go down.
Yeah.
We'll keep collating them. We've also got a series of videos that I'm still currently recording and editing to show you behind the scenes. So if something doesn't get answered today, there's a potential answer in that too, because there's so much that's involved in generally just PA.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And it's, we talk about the secret recipe and the secret sauce and those kind of things. And I think for our product, please correct me if I'm wrong, but my perspective, at least, our product is, the baker is the key person here, which is the designer. You could imagine going to a bakery and saying, I'd like a cake, and they hand you some flour and some sugar and some yeast and some water.
There's a lot of good memes on the internet about that, but
so it's kind of it's those kind of things. But I think like Sam said, it's we want to have this discussion in a positive way, and one of the reasons we want to have that discussion is that we really have some great ideas for new product, and
we'll get to that.
New things we want to do. I'm stealing thunder.
You are. Do you need a thunder thing?
And I think, I was just going to allude to the Beautiful Yous again, because the Beautiful You was something that was and still is time intensive, but it became impossible to do with everything else. We know that we can now deliver those again to an exceptional standard, and also include more options than we'd been able to in the past. Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to look for my thunder, but my keyboard hadn't popped up. There we go. So, I mean, I've preloaded in some of the questions so that we can go through. Michael didn't know this because I was frantically doing it before we went live, and then my computer crashed, so I had to reboot, and that's one of the reasons why we were late. So, what made us look at AI in the first place? I think that's because, A, we're kind of geeky. And
I'm a big nerd.
So am I. Well, I prefer geek, for me anyway.
Whatever.
I mean, we're just generally curious about this. Michael knows that I like to create art, but I struggle with painting and stuff like that, and I've got so many ideas. And he came to me and said, have you seen this? And at first I was a bit like, no, I don't really think that's... I mean, that's cool from a personal perspective, but I don't really think that's something that's viable, to use in the business. But we just started playing. So originally it was just this is something cool that we can talk about as a husband and wife, because as husband and wife, things very quickly become children and business. Well, because we have a business together, and that's all that you talk about. So it started off as something that was for us to enjoy together. I
was making pictures of Lachlan as a bubble guppy.
You were trying to,
It didn't work quite so well.
It did not work quite so well, and so that is how it began. The next question is, how did you learn to work with AI? And I would love to say on this one, it's been hundreds and thousands of hours of trial and error and experimenting. And okay, thank you, Indy. Indy's just come in. And not just that. Thanks, Indy. Not just that, but also.
Hey, Indy.
No, that's how you look at the camera.
Thank you.
We love you so much. It's just we're
very hard to not be distracted by you, because we love you.
I want you to imagine if while you were doing a really super duper hard test at school, that somebody put your iPad with Roblox on it right beside where you were watching. Would be impossible.
Not only
to
that,
concentrate.
if during your dance performance,
gosh.
if we were up the front going, woo!
So
even though it's supportive, it's hard for us to concentrate. Thank you, though. We really appreciate your support, sweetheart.
Oh, okay.
Do you need a hug?
We've disappointed our child.
Okay, quick hug, and then we'll keep going. Come on. Mwah. Oh, I got lip gloss on. There you go.
Right.
Okay, so where were we? Okay, off you go, Nina.
You were talking about the process.
Sorry.
It's
right.
okay. It's okay, sweetheart. How did you learn to work with AI? Yeah, so it was literally like hundreds and thousands of hours that we've done in learning about this technology, how it works. And on top of that,
lots of reading on GitHub and
learning to code.
all that sort of stuff.
Not just that, but building upon years of, like my photography background has helped here. I was a professional photographer for 10 years. I was a retoucher. Creating artwork for PA for, I guess, like 5 years. I mean, it's 6 years now, but 5 years, 5.5 years at that point that we sort of started experimenting. So, all of that has gone into how did we learn. It's been a lifelong thing, really. And this is probably one question that we have been asked is AI a software? Because and we don't want to really go into the specifics of what AI is, because AI, there's a whole bunch of things. Really, it's just an advanced algorithm, really. But you can, there's a lot of other places that will explain that better than us.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk with authority about it in our use case, but in terms of the broader picture around what AI is, there's a lot of discussion around that just in the global community right now.
Yeah, and it's tech. It's tech. And it's a tool.
Yeah, and I think there'll be a lot to learn just about the general philosophy of it. There are entire jobs now where AI is starting to replace them.
But that's happened for years.
It is.
Like, there's the cashiers. I like, not just that, but like, without going into this too much, because we don't want to get bogged down like this because it's very much something that we're interested in this discussion. But like, should I not be able to do maths because I struggle with maths? Like, I use a calculator and spreadsheets and all that to help me. Yeah,
what I was going to say was that we're not here to talk about the philosophy of it or the ins and outs of it. It is a software. It's a tool. It's a software that's just a little bit more sophisticated than Photoshop, which in itself is...
Well, actually, Photoshop Beta is...
That's true. Which in itself is software that's a little bit more sophisticated than MS Paint, which in itself is software that's a little bit more sophisticated than pen and pad. So they're all, it's just evolutions. So it's the tool that we're using.
Yeah, exactly. And
and some conspiracy theorists would believe it is the precursor to the Terminators. That is correct.
And we've seen a lot of, there's so many different sides of this, like with everything. And I mean, without again getting too distracted, I jumped into the photography industry when it was, for using a digital camera, you were being told that you're cheating because it uses an algorithm to fix things that people did analog. Yeah. And, so I've seen similar to this before.
I guess from my perspective as an artistry Luddite, is that it's the way that you see a tool like this used by a professional is something to behold. In a similar way to...
I just went, oh, you see me a professional.
In a similar way to what you would imagine would happen if you would give... a tennis player from the 1970s or 80s a modern racket, where their abilities are already quite amazing, but then when they've got access to the newest tools that have the best capabilities, they are able to achieve greatness that you wouldn't think possible.
Yeah.
And that's what I see when I see Sam driving the AI, because you can see that if it were just a regular Joe on the street, they might be able to achieve something that's really good. And that's great, good for them.
Yeah.
But it takes that exceptional level of performance and elevates it.
And it's hard. It is exhausting.
Yeah.
But I just want to go on because that's a really good segue to like, who is Paige? And Paige, the reason why this was sort of ambiguous in the video is because Paige isn't the software. Paige is... Okay, in the words of the great Taylor Swift, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. It's me, but it's also, it's like one of the hats that I wear in this job. And it literally has been easier for me to segregate that. Part of it, absolutely, is using AI, but that's not the whole thing. And as I mentioned, saying that we just generate and use art is absolutely discounting the sheer amount of work that I do, and not just me, and we'll get to that in a second, on this. And yeah, this is the thing. So I think it's a great tool as long as it doesn't replace your idea. I'm guessing that's ideas, my light bulbs, my light.
Ideas, brain, all
Yeah,
stuff. Yep.
but enhance it. And that's how we're using it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Hel made another point earlier, which is around the data set and those kind of things around training.
We're going to get to that,
which we'll get to in a minute. But I think, just broadly speaking, we're not going to get into the philosophy of pro AI, anti AI. We're going to talk how we use it, and how we have ethical safeguards for ourselves to make sure that we're not replicating that art. And I would also want to make the point that those ethical safeguards have existed since day one. And we have had human artists in the past, directly copy inspirational work that we have canned.
Yeah.
So
You're jumping ahead.
Sorry, I read the notes.
You did. So, I mean, this sort of segues into what happened to your existing artists. Yeah. Bye, Candy. So we've used a variety of existing artists over the 6 years. Is it 6 or 7? Over the 30 years that we've been doing... No, it feels like it. Over the 7? See, I can't math. Is it 7 or 6? Help me out here.
Well, we started the business in 2017, so this will be our sixth
year.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I still can't believe it's that long. Yeah, we've used a variety of artists over that year.
6 years.
Over those years. 6 years. Oh my goodness. And you haven't always known who those artists are. You've known our more recent artists because we've spoken about them. So Holly, who's actually in the chat today. Hi, Holly. Thanks for your support. So she actually came to us in a time of need where we were like changing over from an artist, and it just sort of worked that she was available and we were able to grab her. Yay, here she is. Hi, Holly. And you know, her as an artist, as a creative, her workload, well, not her workload, but the projects that she wanted to do outside of PA was growing. And that's the same with one of our other artists who we've talked about as well, Izzy. So Izzy moved, and we were working with her from a distance for a while, but she's also, a uni student, and that sort of became, she moved on. And as people do.
Yeah.
So, thank you. Can't math. So, and that being said though, the artwork that you're seeing is, I'm trying to word this correctly because I don't want to screw it up, is like Holly has been helping us edit that artwork. So she's still around in some form.
Yeah.
It's changed. Somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Anything you'd like to add to that before we jump onto because I feel like I've bumbled through that.
Well, I think the point is that our existing artists still work with us to make sure that the art is just so. And
we modify it, and they're part of that process.
Yeah. That's correct.
Yeah.
Her role has changed.
Yeah, her role has changed a bit. Yeah, exactly. And just like mine over the year has changed a bit, and your role has changed several times over the years,
Yeah, I'm wearing my high vis again.
Yeah, you are. And I do actually, so there are some comments coming through. It's really hard to sort of keep on track and keep up with the comments at the moment, so I do apologise if I'm not bringing them up. But saying you're generating art is the same as saying someone is taking a photograph by clicking a button without the human skill behind the pen, the lens, the art doesn't happen. I actually I can really relate to that.
What are you saying about my photography skills? There's a reason I hand the camera to somebody else when I want to take a good photo of something.
Yep. AI, like all artists, reference work, and while it's more skilled at replicating things, well, not even replicating things, it's more skilled at creating things.
Yeah. And I think
it's doing what all other artists do.
Well, I think the replicating things is an important one. So
because it's not replicating.
Whenever we see something that is a replication of something else, it gets deleted. We've got that rule.
And this here, so Laurie has just said the new artwork is just an evolution of PA art. We've all been loving the new art. And exactly, so this is something that I have worked exceptionally hard on. And I'm going to show sort of how I take that art and modify it in future videos, not live ones, because that's far too much pressure.
But I think
and takes too long.
Yeah. Do we talk about our process in the next part?
Not as I guess we kind of do. So I'll bring that back up actually. So thank you, Laurie. So now you're keeping me on track, which is great. So, this. Sorry, I forgot to write this down on the thing. But do we have consent? Yes, we have.
That says content. Did you make a typo?
I may have.
This is where Sam needed to use the AI. Or rather, a good example of where the AI gets things wrong, because that would have auto-corrected for you to content.
Yeah. Do we have consent from our artists of your past kits? So we own all of our art.
Yes,
we own it.
That's how we.
We own the copyright. We use it how we need. Yeah, and that's integral to how we work here at PA. That's why we were able to do notable merch when we did that for a while, and a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah.
So I hope that also makes sense.
Yeah.
This is a big question, and we can answer parts of this. And we've had different varieties of this question come up.
Yeah.
So because it's been asked in several different ways, and the data set, as it has always been, regardless if you're talking about AI, Photoshop, an artist, has always been the entirety of everything. Like when I need inspiration, sometimes I go to the shops and I photograph different things, and I think, oh, that'd be great for me
she's
to
a nightmare.
He hates going shopping with me because I'm like, oh, look at this pattern. It is absolutely everything the briefing process.
The briefing process
hasn't changed in that way.
There's still a mood board that's created. This is the kit feeling. This is what I want it to look like, and there are images that are designed to be used for inspiration. There are thought starters. There are a whole bunch of things on that board that then eventually evolve into a kit. And there's many steps along that way. I've just
many steps.
I've broad brush stroked about 4 weeks worth of work.
You have.
But the process has always been the same, which is here's the overarching idea of the kit. Here are the main themes I want to have within that kit. Here are the bits that I need for that theme. Here's the bits that I want to create out of that.
Yeah.
And I think that hasn't changed, right?
No, it hasn't. And well, I mean, see, here's the thing. So, and at one point, especially, I mean, Holly can attest to this. When I was showing my briefs, I actually had to split out my briefs because it had several hundred images of things that I had gathered as inspiration to make a kit, which was like, okay, well, I'm not copying, but I'm grabbing inspiration from here and here and here, and these are my concepts, and then I'm like brainstorming where that concept is about to go. And yeah, this is the thing, all designers take inspiration from other sources.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely. So I've missed a whole bunch of, there are comments in there, but I struggle with like keeping up and trying not to get sidetracked.
And I guess we draw the line in between inspiration and direct copying. So
yes.
We think inspiration is fine, and it's good to be inspired. In fact, it's good to build your ideas upon those ideas from the past, as long as you're improving it. But what we don't accept, and we've never accepted it, is anything that's a direct copy of that. So we did,
even like tracing and things like that. So were you going to talk about the?
I was going to say one of our early artists.
Well, potential
potential. Well, I think we'd engaged them, and then they delivered copied stuff, and we couldn't use it. That put us in a hole.
Yeah. So yeah, when we were I guess interviewing would be the right word, like other artists. So I send them a mini brief and I'm like, hey, these are my ideas, just to see if I can work with the person. And we send that out to like 5 or 10 people, which is actually really quite costly for us and very time consuming for me. It can take anywhere between 6 months to a year to find a new artist that we want to work with and who is okay to work with us. And one of these, two of these artists sent back stuff, and I sort of sat there in my gut and I went, hold on, this doesn't feel right. And then after...
Pardon me.
Yeah. And then after doing a really quick Google search, I realized that they had actually taken images and applied a filter over the top and sold them to me as original art. So that, I mean... While I know that I've seen people say that there's no way that you could know everything that's out there, the sheer amount of searching that I do and working out how I want to... Was it a spam call?
No.
Oh, all good?
Yeah.
Sorry, because Lockie's at school, we need to be on our phones, and it was a Queensland number. I was just saying that if it hadn't have been for the sheer amount of work that I do in looking through other stuff that's out there, I wouldn't have known that was a copy.
Yeah.
We would have, if that was in our first year, we would have been over before we started.
Yep.
So yeah, it is, and it's a lot of work, but it's always, that part that's always been a lot of work.
Yeah. So I guess the data set hasn't changed in that it's just the world or the universe. It's just everything that Sam can have a look at and be inspired by.
Yeah.
And those are the things that we draw inspiration from.
Yeah.
But we do have a very strong line that we have drawn in our own ethical sandpit.
Yep.
Where we will not accept any kind of copying.
Because this is the thing, just in life in general, there are so many opportunities, like the there are so many opportunities to... What am I trying? I'm trying to word the words aren't wording. There are so many opportunities to, I guess, do things which are inside the law, but also not
ethically sound.
Okay. So it's up to individual people.
Shopping at Kmart, for example.
Well, yeah.
Ethically sound. I'm sorry.
Well,
legally sound, not ethically sound.
Let's go with the example that I used in, some people do Disney kits. We don't touch Disney kits. That's, I mean... Where are people drawing the line on this is, anyway.
I think philosophically you've got to make your own choices there.
Yeah. And the fact that people are actually... So, Tracy, I'm just going to bring this up, but also the fact that people have said, I either didn't realise there was something slightly different, but it still feels like you, means that I'm getting it right.
Yeah.
It feels to me like I'm getting that right. And as the technology evolves, I'm going to be able to get even... closer to what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Does that make sense? Yeah. I'm just trying to look at our notes to make sure that we've covered all the main things. In terms of because we have seen people say, what specific data set do you use? What AI do you use? What this? That is, we almost feel like that's akin to going up to your favourite restaurant and saying, hey, where do you grow your vegetables, or what fertiliser do you use on your vegetables? Aside from Holly and Izzy, we've never talked about our artists before. And it's that's the source that runs our business.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff I'd put in the trade secret bucket would be my perspective. Similar to if somebody asked, where we were producing things, we would put that in the trade secret bucket.
Yeah.
What I can tell you is that there are cheaper ways that we could buy stickers. There are cheaper ways we could buy washi tape. What I can tell you...
do what some people do and just copy it off Google.
What I can tell you is, hand on heart, none of the factories that we engage with use child labour. None of the factories that we engage with support unethical things that might happen in the world. So that's the kind of thing that we do to make sure that we're doing things the right way. Will I tell you which suppliers we're using? No. Same for the other.
And I mean, I know you haven't watched The Good Place, but that sort of remind me of The Good Place. Like, you know, you can, on the surface level, you know that you're trying to do the right thing, but as you go further and further down, you never know. So what does that make everybody? I'm really cactusing this explanation, so I shouldn't have even brought it up. But like, you never really know all the details to absolutely everything. We can never know all the details to absolutely everything. No. We don't know if the water that's used for our vegetables is, you know, that sort of a thing.
Well, just don't delve too deeply into the business practices of the food supply chain.
Yeah. So, this and Bess and I have had a few conversations on this. I'm always reminded that the idea that there is reminded of the idea that there is no ethical consumption under capitalism. You just do your best, and that's what we're doing. We're doing our best. Yeah.
I'll happily have a philosophical discussion if you want to follow me on Twitch. I'll fire it up, and we can have a philosophical discussion about all things.
Yeah, Michael's love language at the moment is philosophical discussions, but he does get very into those. So, and he will not be having those as a representative of PA. That will be his own.
my opinions only.
Yeah.
That is true.
So, you know, the sorry, I'm just reading some comments.
Yeah, so I think Hell's a couple of times just been making the point that she's worried about our artwork being stolen by AI.
And thanks for your concerns with that. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, personally, and I'm going to go back to my photography roots right here. I was told if you do not want customers taking your proof images, or if you don't want people copying your style, do not put it on the internet. That's what I was told.
Well, I think this is
to an extent.
to a degree. I think it's a broader philosophical question though, because
it is.
Or like, I guess just putting it out there, we know for a fact that our images are in training data sets.
Yeah.
So that's,
we know because we've tested it.
whether you consider that stealing or not is where I think the philosophical question comes in, because
stealing is a big accusationary word.
I guess my view would be it's a discussion, and we don't want to talk philosophical too much, so let's park it and get out of it. But it's you know, there's different viewpoints on whether that's theft or not.
Yeah,
because it's building on knowledge, which maybe is not theft.
Well, and an artist.
And Nadilla's right. Once it's on the internet,
it's on the internet, which is why we teach our kids be careful what you put on the internet. I mean, which is why we're careful about what we put on the internet, and it's also up to end users that, you know, are respectful. You know, same with the respectful of our artwork and what we ask people not to do with that. And it's always a fine line, you know.
The girl with the...
You could go back to your original girl. I could. Oh my gosh, going back to that discussion. The line. I love the line. That was such a stylistic thing. And you know what? I'm going to bring that up in when we talk about Beautiful You. Okay, next question, because I think that sort of goes into enough detail on that. How are you able to copyright the artwork? So we've done a bit of research on this, but we're not lawyers, obviously.
Well, we've had a copyright discussion with lawyers, and... True. So I think we can talk with authority here.
And we have fiercely defended our copyright in the past.
We have, and I've got a thank you to, I think, was it Bianca who shared the Amazon seller who's ripping off our artwork? So we are...
Yes, yeah, thank you, Bianca. Yeah, and that's literally it's not ripping off our artwork, it's ripping off our stamp set directly.
So we vigorously defend our copyright when we notice that it's been infringed upon. Copyright is one of those things that you can't defend it unless you don't notice it. So we need to be aware of those kind of things. We put a lot of hard work in to produce our product, and that will be defended, and that includes our artwork.
Wasn't Diana's just brought up a really good point. Keep in mind that some things are just difficult not to repeat stuff without outright copying. Wasn't it Ed Sheeran recently, without going into details on that? but there was a case that ended up, I believe it got dropped.
Well, I was going to talk more about J.K. Rowling and
No, let's not go into that.
and
No.
George Lucas. Because Harry
Oh, well,
Potter,
that's actually,
because Harry Potter and
It's
Star
Wars with wands,
Yeah, they're the same story.
which is also a derivative of another story. All art, artwork is derivative.
But they're also beautiful and wonderful creations in their own right.
Yeah. And I am absolutely inspired
Music.
by
Yeah.
everybody around me, by my friends, by other planner shops, by other artists, by going to the shops and seeing what PJs are on sale.
So,
Anyway,
yeah.
so yeah, that's that.
So
how are we able to? Because we modify our artwork.
That's right. The artwork that forms our kits
Yep.
is never and never has been just the direct
No.
from the pen
No,
/ from the.
it is many out, and this is why
It's
what keeps me up
always-
at night.
Sam's in here feathering edges, and I'm like, don't we pay for the art to be
I'm like, no,
that?
I just need to modify a few bits and
Sam
pieces
says,
because
no,
it's not
correct.
because it's not quite what it's like in my head. And you know, Holly can attest to this again, the amount of work that we did, and sometimes she didn't always see it, but I'd be like editing something because it wasn't how it was in my head, and I would sort of get embarrassed, but it was because my words weren't wording and I couldn't explain to Holly what I really wanted in my head. And so then I was like, well, it's on me. I've got to make this work.
Yeah. The bottom
know?
line is everything that's produced is
Edited.
and fixed to make it just so, and we do have copyright on it.
Yeah.
And I've got a wonderful copyright lawyer if anyone wants to meet her.
I would like to meet her. I like being on the nice side of hers. So is all your artwork now AI? Absolutely not. No. And it never will be. Because over the years, we've made our own, if we're talking about data set, I have a folder of all of our, or folders of all of our art that we've ever created, that I reuse, that I sometimes chop up, that I merge into other stuff, that are so in the background of the kits as well, like the background on the PA tones. That's something I drew on an iPad. So, it's really hard because I may have had a discussion with ChatGPT the other night about what do I call my role, because I don't
Sam's
primarily
always
draw.
telling me she does another job.
Because I'm not, am I an artist? And it's like, it's like, yeah, you are. You're an artist, you're an illustrator, you're a designer. You literally do all of them, because I do some of the drawings, not like Holly has done, but like that is in my scope of what I do. I do compositions, I then retouch, I literally paint over pieces. I wish I have recordings of not Deck the Halls.
Riviera.
No. I've tagged that already, because that's a really good example too. But of Christmas at Home and how much work I actually did into retouching all that.
Yep.
AI gives us the ingredients to create. I thank you for calling it a masterpiece. That's kind of
Yeah.
I'm gushing at that.
Karen and Tracy had some good
Oh,
points
okay,
too.
hold on. I believe your artwork is unique and has a PA style. The style has been refined over the years, but it's yours. Exactly. Which is why we've had people over the years who have come to us saying, oh, this person's very similar to your stuff. And I'm like, well, they can be inspired by our art. That's it. It's, if they get too close, if they copy something directly, which we've had happen, it's exceptionally disappointing. And ourselves, we have been told at certain stages that, this is a copy, and we've changed stuff. So,
That one then moved to the video for you.
okay. So the art isn't completely created by AI, and you have modified after creation, you are able to copyright it. Yeah, well, copyright is automatic on anything that has had a human modification, human, what's the word? Manipulation?
Human creation.
Yeah.
essentially. Which
So-
if it were just spat out of a machine, then no. But,
No, yeah.
although depending on the context, so there's that would lots of
We could go into
lots of
into
places.
This. Yeah. Okay, so no, it's never going to be, not now, not ever, will be all AI.
Correct.
AI lets us expand what we currently do.
Yes.
Yeah. And now I'm excited because this question, I meant to reword this question. Does this mean you're going to do Beautiful You from previous kits? Once I get the chance.
What time?
Yeah, once we're on top of, I almost swore. Once we're on top of stuff.
Goodness gracious me.
That's how you can tell I'm relaxing. But the main focus is the current kits, the catching up on extra releases. We did Coastal Escape because, actually, could you grab me what's on the printer over there? I've got cold hands.
You do have cold hands.
I have freezing hands just over there. Tough. So one of the reasons why I was so excited, and Michael was so excited because Michael came to me with this concept. Because, I got really upset when Beautiful You became really, really ridiculously hard to do. Photoshop kept talking about software changes, changing their software, and it meant that I couldn't run things that made it, easy to run, and it just became too much. And it sort of, it was one of the things that sort of led me down a dark rabbit hole because it is a core value here. Like I want to represent as many people as possible. Having a son who is very underrepresented in the wider community, and knowing that there are other minorities out there who aren't represented, it's something that I wanted to do. That was really important. Now, when Michael started coming to me and saying, look what we can do with potentially using AI, I was like, oh my gosh, wasn't I? And it took a while to bring me around to it. But
she makes it sound like she was enthusiastic immediately, but immediately she was quite pessimistic.
I was. But
there's a top-down camera that I positioned it perfectly for.
Oh, did you? Okay,
yeah.
Thank you. Hold on.
And then you've just moved it.
Oh, perfectly, eh?
Well,
there we go. Zoom it in a little. Zoom her in. There we go. So one of the exciting things, and I've printed this one out instead of one of the other ones, but I do also have.
So I think whilst Sami talks about it, I guess the Beautiful You concept. Can you talk a little bit about what that was?
Yeah. Okay. So let's swap it over from there. Okay. This one. There we go. So Beautiful You. Yeah, that's a really good point. So because some people don't know what it is because it's been missing for a little while. Beautiful You was a way of modifying our artwork so that it could represent a wider variety of people. Now, because we get stuff printed here and bulk printed, it's not something we could do directly in our kits.
Yeah. But
we wanted a way to say, even though this is the main character for the month, there was more options available to more people. And yeah, that's sort of the concept of it, right? Like it was representing more of our community, because I know that there's a lot of people who are underrepresented.
And I think I
can't do that every month on every like.
I think that's right, and I think please fill in the gaps in my knowledge. But I think one of the things that we wanted everyone to experience was to be able to have themselves in their planner in some way, whether obviously a stylized version of yourself, but a version of yourself in your planner. And we know that because of bulk production,
it's almost impossible to do.
It's almost impossible to do, particularly for a business of our size.
Yeah.
But it's something that's very important to us.
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure that everyone felt like they had their own voice heard.
Yeah.
And particularly, obviously we fall into not the correct demographic, but we fall into the lucky demographic where it's very easy to find pictures of a white girl with blonde hair. It's not so easy to find pictures of different body sizes, different body shapes, different colours of hair,
especially
different skin tones, all those kind of things. That's right. So we wanted to make sure that everyone could feel at home in their planner, and that's what Beautiful You is about. It's about giving everybody a way of representing yourself in your planner.
Yeah.
I think then you can create a really great header page, a really great habit tracker, or whatever it is, using artwork that then visually represents you or your friends
Yeah.
or your family or
Yep.
a card for a loved one, those
Yeah.
kind of things.
And we did, I think, back when we stopped doing Beautiful You because it became so overwhelming, and I've been struggling with some pretty severe burnout. Well, we both have, while also trying to keep everything running. We were up to 47 different versions of our characters every month. And that was 6 or 7 different skin tones and 7 or 8 hair. Oh no, there's that math thing again that I just can't do. You know, so, and that was a free download, and still is. You can still go on our website and search Google,
And it's
search Beautiful You.
It's an enormous amount of work.
It is.
The time that it takes, it's probably half a working week to get it all right. Because it's, I guess the other thing that we want to make sure is,
What? I told you I have a ghost in here.
the other thing we want to
Over
make
in that
sure
corner.
is that it's got to be done in a way that actually is realistic and respectful.
Yes.
There's nothing worse than just, getting a brown marker or a yellow marker or a green marker or whatever and just scrubbling over it. That's not done in the correct way. We want it to be properly representative.
We do recognise that we cannot possibly every month represent everyone. But what we're going to do is rotate through a set of, I mean, the Coastal Escape is 60. There's 60 different...
59.
59. That's because I have to fix one of them. That'll go up later. But so there's 59 to 60 versions for Coastal Escape. Now, one of the things that I love about the fact that we could do this through the AI is, and like with us modifying it, obviously, is previously it was that character in that pose with the skin color changed and the hair color changed. That was the modification. But now, and I've only got one printed, but I did put like an example up. Sorry, that goes over both of us. But here's like 5 of them. So we've got, where's my hand? Whoop! This one, which is facing away. So for those of us who are neurospicy and who don't do eye contact, who just don't want to see the facial features, this is like something, I've got a few different options, is your girl. This one, which is an assistance dog, and then we've got the next one, which is just one of the other girls, and another girl in a different, with a different ethnicity. And then for the first time ever, we've got, a beautiful girl with a hijab on. And that's like, and I didn't even put that, I've also got like a woman in a wheelchair who's like, we couldn't do that before. So for me personally, and I'm seeing the comments, I'm going to get to the comments in a sec. For me personally, I see this as an opportunity to really help people have something that represents them in their planner. I see it as a way to, like, there's ways that can be used for good.
That's right.
That's honestly how I see it. The third lady is without eyes.
Yeah, she's looking down, I think.
Yeah, she's looking down because the hat's sort of down. But like if I bring up, is it this one? This.
I don't know. Oh, there we are.
There are 60 different versions within this set alone. Will it always be 60? I'm not going to guarantee that because it did take a fair lot to do. But there's different hairstyles, there's different hair colors, there's a multitude of different skin tones. Keep in mind also that they are also in bright sun, so they do look brighter because that's what they would look like. But also the next kit for that will be Starlit Stories, which is a darker kit, so that's going to be reflected in those in that imagery.
Yeah, and different body shapes.
Yeah, and there's different body shapes. Like I didn't bring one of those up. I should have added that into my little pop-up. But there's some beautiful curvy women in there. And I also wanted to say, there was a comment up here from Auntie Alex. I don't know how inclusive the Coastal Escape Beautiful You is. Every single one of those people are drop dead gorgeous. How about representing the rest of us? And I want to say to you on a personal level, and I feel like I'm going to say this to myself. I'm going to be very hypocritical here because I struggle with my own how I look a lot. You know this, and you're being like, I don't want to step in this. But as a photographer, I always would look for something that is beautiful, and it's the connection. Everybody is beautiful in their own right. So I don't think, so like when you're saying, how about representing the rest of us? You are gorgeous. So stop it. And I know I'm going to eat these words later from Bess, who's in the comments, and Michael, who's right beside me. And
Somebody clip that and send it to me, please.
so, you know, I think that there is so, and maybe one of the beautiful you cards is just a scene. It's just a beach scene without a person in it.
Yeah.
Because I did think about that, but I did run out of time. And yes, don't worry, I have not forgotten, as a person who loves to dye their hair pink when I has the monies.
It's been a while.
Because the monies. It's an expensive thing to do. You know, I have not forgotten about our hair colour, hair pretty purple pinks and all that sort of, especially with Starlit Stories. Oh, I cannot wait. Yeah. And adding in the guys, and the older stuff is definitely also going to be coming. So that's why I said, like, it's going to be impossible to do everybody all at once. So it's going to be rotating. I did see something about veterans. Yep, it's all going to be rotating. It's all going to be in there. And if there's something that I miss out after a couple of months, you know, if there's something that there's obviously a gap, let me know, because I want to make sure I want to be held to the fact that we are going to be representing more people, that there's going to be a wide representation, but also that it changes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sadly, YouTube can't clip the same way that Twitch can. We are beautiful in every...
It's a good thing I know where this stream saves to.
Christina Aguilera. We are beautiful in every single way. And grey hair, yes, absolutely. So, you know, that if we really want to talk about AI, then let's talk about the possibility that we couldn't do this before. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about AI, but like, this is the practical application of where my brain is taking it. And I'm so excited, because that fuels me.
Well, I think one of the things that we spoke about when we talked about what would be possible was that you can actually better represent the ideas that are in your head.
Yes.
Right? Like,
yeah, we didn't talk about that.
We've for so long been constrained by a few various artificial constraints.
Yeah.
And the new tech frees up those constraints. Nina did make a point that she hopes that it's not costing Sam a whole bunch of extra time.
Thank you. At the moment, it has been.
I can assure you, Nina, that Sam is now like a kid at a candy store. And
it's hard.
There's now every option available to her, and therefore she does want to do every option.
Yeah.
And that's great, because it means that the product that we produce and the way that you're going to be able to use it in your planners is just going to be further enhanced.
Yeah.
The downside is that it's very easy for Sam to get that dopamine hit of just one more. Just one more.
Well, can I mean, one of the future videos I'm gonna have is how many images that let's not talk about let's talk about the initial generation, because that is a generation, because that's before I do any retouching and modifications and compositions. For each kit that you have seen so far, which has roughly 100 to 100, so I'm still working on a base of roughly 100 to 150 individual elements within a kit. I almost am embarrassed to say how much I've generated. I've generated roughly 10,000 images to get that 100 to 150 images that we are using. So, you know, there is...
Which are then all edited and...
Which are then taken, edited, retouched, composed, modified, all that sort of stuff. And sometimes they're modified by, like as we mentioned before, artists like Holly. Sometimes they're modified by myself. you know, it's there's all sorts of different levels. There are so many different things there, and we're going to go over some of those, not today because now I'm exhausted, but, you know, in the videos that I promised that I would release. And I did say over the next few weeks in the video that I announced, I actually meant that to say months, but I was, I get very nervous when recording for a camera that I then have to edit, which is why a lot of our stuff is live. Yeah, so I hope that clears up a little bit more. And I do, sorry, there was a few things that I started along the way, and I do know that I have missed some, and we will go back through later offline. But, you know, the fact that we've got a wheelchair option, and that, yeah, we are absolutely, like, it's the next evolution of our art. And if you haven't seen it, it has been dropped in the group. It has been dropped in our email, in your emails. And,
Yes.
you know, head to that and you can download that now. Oh. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't feel it, but yeah, I feel tired. And yeah, so yeah, and Diane, as I said, it's coming. It is absolutely, they are all there. I just need time to rotate through. This was my first set of Beautiful You, and considering my first set of Beautiful You with the new process. And as you've seen over time, I modify those processes and make them better, hopefully.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
we have show and tell.
Whew, yeah, let's jump on to the next thing. Show and tell.
We missed show and tell last week, but there have been, it says movie audio muted. Does that mean I'm muted?
No.
No. So we've got show and tell, which means, which is 2 weeks worth, because last week we didn't get to it.
Yeah.
Because I was busy. That's right, it was auction day.
It was auction day, and we were pretty frantic that morning, from memory.
It was chaos.
More than most mornings.
It
So,
was chaos. So show and tell.
Yeah, let's go through show and tell.
There's some amazing stuff in here. There was, yeah.
Yeah, let's jump straight in. So, is this the right one? So you can still see us now. It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, but this is like midway through.
No, page 1 of 33.
Oh, okay. In that case, I've copied this one again later in it.
Okay, so the first one is by Stacey, who I actually think is in the
Stacey is
comments. So this is beautiful. I love that you've created the little the ballet studio, and with all the different stickers. It's gorgeous. So I am going to have to blitz through these pretty quick because there are a few. Tracy has done a gorgeous Coastal Escape dashboard or junk journal page. I love the watercolor background. So pretty. This we did mention this last week. So this is the ephemera box by Michelle for Coastal Escape, and this is epic. I'm loving. Sorry, I need to move over a bit. Loving how this turned out. That's wow. Penny has done a holiday home weekly spread, which is actually the inspiration kit for Coastal Escape. So I'm so excited to see sort of those popping back up. Then we've got Sherelle, who has done a weekly layout and very heavily stuffed a melody. Is that? Yeah, with a Sakura melody. So that looks amazing, and using Barista Brunch. And then we've got Kelly, who has done a weekly spread using pink lemonade. Erin has been doing some art therapy in our Sakura A5 notebook, which I hope that the I feel like it definitely, like, that is a lot of ink on the page, and it shouldn't have shown through on the backside, which, like, is just perfect for this sort of a book, right? Rhoda, it's so good to see your stuff again. I love this. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade, and you've used the pitcher with the straw and I love it. Really great card there. Louise has done a gorgeous Mermaid Shores, a weekly layout, and I love that you've got like the washi down the side and Bob and Bobette in there too. And we've got by Gloria, which is an over the rainbow that just looks so sunny and bright. And I feel like this might have been for like Pride Week month. It's beautiful. Leslie has done a gorgeous daily journaling layout. Sun's out, buns out. Featuring pink lemonade. Leslie, you have like handwriting goals. Bianca has done a gorgeous art journal spread using Plum Blossom. I love this one too. And then we've got by Sharon a gorgeous weekly layout using Coastal Escape. All the Coastal Escapes are coming through. I love the little clusters as well. Is it Sirocco? Has done a gorgeous Coastal Escape, and I love the little minis hanging out there. Layout as well. Bianca, I really like this idea, Bianca. I need a new phone case. I think I'm going to go for a clear case so that I can do this sort of a thing. So using Plum Blossom.
That was pink lemonade. Did I get that wrong?
Oh, sorry. No, I said the wrong thing. No, you did. You're right. Plum
I
Blossom.
wrote the wrong thing.
I was reading. I did the reading. And then we need to like in the middle. There we go. Bianca's done a gorgeous pink lemonade layout. And I like that it's got like the dashboard on one side. This is my cup of care. Oh, look, it's empty. What was that? And yeah, we've got a whole bunch of gorgeous art in there. And then next up by Carly Ann, we've got a beautiful daily journal using Sakura. Oh, I like that little, the notepad. The notepad in the corner. I haven't done a big one like that for a while. I think I need to put that in one of our new kits, something like that. Because I used to do some of those. The next one is by Bethany, who's done a gorgeous weekly layout. And it feels like it's sort of a mix of the like the 3 across, but I think it's a Happy Planner mini, so it wouldn't have fit 3 across, but done a little bit of sticker surgery in there, which is great. And then Nancy Mackenzie's done a gorgeous layout featuring Serenity. Oh, it sure is. It's Sir Rocco. I like it because I wasn't sure how to pronounce the name. Thank you for that. Using, Serenity. And then we've got Mary, who has done a beautiful country cottage weekly layout. Oh, getting croaky. Bianca, who has done another gorgeous pink lemonade weekly spread. And I love the matching pens in there and the sidebar. Wow. Ooh. Next up is there is a lot this week. There's a weekly layout by
2 weeks.
Leah Smith. That's correct. And using pink lemonade. I love all the pink. I love the colours in that kit.
Pink
it's
lemonade's
so fun.
so cool. Yeah.
And then we've got Sherelle, who has done. I really like this, and that art quote card is one of my favorites. I think it's drinker of coffee, planner of things. Is it planner of things? So I've done that quote in a couple of different ways. And the You Did It, and the PA pin, and the magnetic bookmarks. Thank you. And then Katie has done a gorgeous weekly spread using Plum Blossom. I always said Blossom. And Stacey's gotten a second feature. That's why you thought we started.
Yeah.
There you go. And then we've got a weekly layout by Rode, who has also used. There's so many pink lemonades. I feel like everybody's been really inspired by it, and using the tear. And also, I like that the tear on the top side. You've then got the bar that goes down over the top of that. That's really cool. Michelle's done it. Oh, this is really pretty. I like how you've used the paper behind it too to sort of bring that back in again. And actually,
I did a double take when I looked at that. I was like,
yeah.
I
I have it on my desk to remind me. So that one is that one was one of my favorite art cards too. Shannon has done a weekly layout using Coastal Escape, and I feel like it's a Bujo. And I like how you've done the front tear off journaling section. Oh, nope. I thought that was it. It wasn't going forward. Leslie's done a gorgeous blackout. Always loving your blackouts with Plum Blossom. It really makes it pop. And then Bianca's been busy. Bianca has done a gorgeous Mermaid Shores layout. Wow. I love the little seahorses in there. And Nadilla has done a really great to-do / mood tracker in her bujo using pink lemonade.
Well, on Nadilla's, there was about, I feel like maybe 8 or 9 images of different pages of her. She set up her whole bujo with pink lemonade and Pretty Posy too.
Ooh.
And I felt like I was doing an injustice by putting just one image, but I also couldn't put 9 images in. So this was the one that I was inspired by most.
So in other words, if you want to see more of it,
go check it out.
Head over, and that's the same with all of everybody who's featured. So jump into our Facebook group and check them out and let them know how much you love their work.
Yeah.
And then last up is by Tamika, who has done a beautiful weekly spread featuring pink lemonade, which is this is a monthly spread. That's a monthly spread, mister.
Yeah.
Although sometimes I wish there was this many days in a week. That would be nice. I might actually get my work done. So thank you to everybody who used our kits and found them inspiring enough that they wanted to share and inspire others within our community. To be featured next time, use the hashtag #PAShowandTell. And
what?
Me. Always out about the goodies in the box.
I was looking at the goodies in the box. I was like, this person's going to be very happy.
Michael's going to show off. I'll give you the overlay camera. Is that what you would like?
Yep.
Oh, that was an awful noise. Sorry. Okay.
Get rid of that.
Hold on.
So I have...
Hold on.
I have a couple of orders here. Just 2. This order is going to somebody who's in the chat.
Let's not. We said that we wouldn't say who.
I'm not going to say who, but the person in the chat I'm sure can guess from the contents of the box. So we've got a barista brunch, cloth TN pouch, holiday home kit, planner babe, stickers, planner love.
Wow.
Barista brunch, fun fair, blossom, baked with love, another planner babe. I'll have to check that twice. Over the rainbow, a couple of washies. We've got the sloth pin, the note to self. We've got the llama love clip. Yay. Baked with love. We've got one copy of the I've lost my words. That is planner babe, right? The additional papers, and then the baked with love papers at the back. So this kit is one of our wonderful customers. You're all wonderful.
Yeah.
But just it's gonna. Where did I put that? Oh, there it is.
Yep.
I don't want to miss anything. Anyway, that one's heading out the door today.
Yeah, don't because once it don't forget the washi that's there.
Yep.
If you leave it on my desk, it will.
It'll go back into Sam's pile.
Go back into my stash.
And then I've got one more that I wanted to show off, which is coming in the larger box. I have a stash of about 25 of these, and if you've got enough stuff, then it ends up.
Yeah, the biggest orders are going in one of those.
Yeah. Sam's reading comments behind the screen.
Yeah.
Wow, so this is an auction winner.
Oh.
So this one's got the seaside seaside sticker kit. Also has, we've got barista brunch. We've got lots of barista brunch. We've got Peacock Ballet, Serenity, the Alpine Planner kit's in the back. Main Street, the wooden sticky notes. Got a special Christmas gift. This is something that I'm giving to somebody. So the special Christmas gift was not in most orders. Nor were there Christmas sequins. You've seen behind the I've got side arrangements for people who've asked for specific things. We've got Alpine and there's Main Street papers as well. So what a great order.
There is so much in there.
So I think both of those lovely ladies are sitting in the comments now. And I've deliberately pulled their names off the top of the box. And now I have to remember to put their names back on the box.
Because you don't want to send them to the wrong person.
No, they're both auction winners, those orders. So congratulations and thank you both.
Oh, I thought that you almost saw the post-it note then.
No. So thank you both. Or no, it's just my hands on stream.
Yeah. Well, I was going to bring this up before because the the Beautiful You cards, I've sized them. I believe I did them really. I did this part of it a little bit quicker than I expected because I had to resize them. But they should be A5. So they should be able to go into the new Coastal Escape Planner once you cut this out. And I also put in, for those who need it, who want to have like the Coastal Escape, like a bit of a bigger image of it so that you can use that for storage, and the color splotches on this too. So I hope that helps.
Bianca's,
one moment.
Bianca's identified. The first one was yours, Bianca.
Yeah, there you go. That's mine, huh? Yeah, so although there's a few people who wish that it was theirs. I was just going back through a few comments. There's been over 330 comments today, so there's been a lot of comments, which is good. You know, we invited the comments and the questions, and I do really want to recognize that everybody was really kind and respectful today. I was, without oversharing, I always overshare. I was shaking before I came online. Just all know that this is who I am. I get nervous when I'm releasing a new release that I've poured my heart and soul into because I never know how it's going to land. You know, this is just who I am. But yeah.
Sam gets nervous when she watches a new episode of a TV show she likes.
Well, you never know when they're going to kill off a character that you love.
Just go back and watch an episode they're alive in.
But it's not the same. And I do several times.
It's fictional.
I will never get over McDreamy. That is just not okay. It doesn't matter if it's fictional. I will sit there and bawl like a baby. Michael would be like, so I'll have like the TV going, or like on a screen, and I'll be like watching something while I'm working, and I'll be like, and Michael's like, are you okay? I'm like, oh my God, this just happened. And he's like, it's a TV show. I'm like, yeah, I know. Or he'll come in and I'll be bawling my eyes out because something. Grey's Anatomy does it almost all the time. But yeah, it's.
And yet you keep going back and watching more.
Yeah, it's. I saw a meme about it. It's like, currently in an abusive relationship with Grey's Anatomy because I keep going back, but it makes me sad, but also makes me happy. Anyway, side quests. So yeah. Anyway, thank you. My point behind that was, thank you so much. If I don't say bless your heart, honey, you are good. It's a southern thing, right? Yeah, it's a lot. It was a big live. It was a big announcement. We felt like to us, but you know, we wanted to be honest and transparent about what we were doing, and so we hope that today explained a little bit more about it. But we've also got more videos coming up about it. But yeah, it's. So I have to say, some of the Beautiful You girls from Coastal Escape like the photos I took of Sami when we were at the beach. Yay! Then you can use them both in your planner, and you know, that's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So you know, that is I think, was there any other comments that we need? If you have any other questions, preferably not on the air, because I think we've talked about that a lot today. And we don't want to go into the philosophical side of it. But
there was one question which was around the next kit. Because normally we would
announce that,
what it is today, and then next week would be a more full preview.
I forgot.
That is, Sami doesn't have the preview slide ready, and she doesn't want to just blurt out the name, because the preview slide is important to help give you a good understanding of what it is.
Yeah.
How about we post that in the group this week?
This week, yeah.
And then next Monday, we're going to have previews.
Yes. Let's do that. That would make me feel much more comfortable. Yeah. Sorry. I was so worked up about getting this announcement right, and yeah. Hint, no, you're gonna have to wait this week. Yep.
Is it?
You're not even sure because you've been so busy with packing that he can't even give away thunder because, like, he doesn't know. But let's just bring it back to this. Yeah, thank you, Michael, for working on our kits.
You're welcome.
You got stuff on there.
No, I think it's...
You have no idea.
I thought... No, I don't, because I don't remember... I know we shuffled the order, and I don't remember what it was shuffled to, and you haven't shown me diddly squat.
Yep. Because you've been busy and I've been busy and we have not stopped. And because school holidays were starting, so we needed to get what we have not had time. Oh,
I'm gonna go
Thank you.
I'm gonna go hunting on the drive.
don't you dare.
Anyway. What I do.
Anyway.
It's what I do.
Yeah, so that's I know I have been crafting in the last few lives, but to be honest, I'm still a little bit shaky.
It's killing me.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, so there was a whole bunch of updates earlier, if you're just tuning in, on the shipping and stuff like that. And I think that's been updated on, and if it hasn't been updated on the plannersnon.com/help.
It has.
Yep, it has. So head over there for the latest updates, because we are trying to take those updates out of these lives, but it was an easier one to do today just because the format of today's was a little bit different.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so the other thing, the Beautiful You.
Yes. Check your email.
So check your email. We have made the Beautiful You for Coastal Escape available to absolutely everybody. We're doing it as a community release. So
you just need to be part of our mailing list, really.
Well, it's
and all the Facebook group.
Facebook group. So invite friends who aren't there. Get them on board. Show them what Coastal Escape is all about, and talk to them about how great that is, and we'll be able to do much more of that.
Yeah, exactly.
In the future.
Absolutely, and we're excited about where we're headed, and we hope that you all are too. So, anyway, that's it for today. I'm off to have another coffee. Calm me down.
If you say so.
Anyway, thank you all so much for joining. It's been wonderful, and we will see you next week.
Was box 2 Treat Yourself?
Oh, box 2 I think was Treat Yourself.
Seaside, then Treat Yourself.
We can't run them as a full kit.
No, I know that, but the theme will inspire future themes.
Well, the theme is kind of also part of inspiration for coastal, like the seaside. Yeah,
correct. Anyway,
thank you all for sharing. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you all next week. Bye, everyone.